Hello everybody, in this video we are going to be taking a look at a scenario where Civilization starts over. We are on episode 2 of the Rapid Fire series. I recorded the last video like 3 hours ago, and in the last video we saw a few things happen. Well, a lot of everything happened. But I'll just give like the main events. Red team, big. Blue team and yellow team left. Green team revolted. This team, I never gave them a capital. Oh wait, yeah, I know why. I remember why. That's actually kind of important. Blue team, down here. Purple team was formed. Blue team made colonies over here. They all broke away. So yeah, now that you're caught up with what happened, let's get on with this. First of all, we are actually going to be going down to this nation. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. And that is because they are going to start exploring. As I said in the last video, they are like the nomads of this universe. And they're going to start going down the coast of, I said the coast of Canal, the coast of Vietnam. They go over here. Eventually they stop. And they begin going up here. And discover all over here. Eventually, they make a boat journey over to Malaysia. And then they take all of this peninsula. And even make like a little landing onto over here. And then they also like discover like general area over here. Then they decide to do more land exploration. Then they're like, oh, yeah, because they actually kind of thought it was an island, and they kind of wanted it to be an island just so that they could like be away from everyone else. Anyways, going back over to here, we see some more explanation. Some more exploration of the Japanese Sea. Eventually, all of this being discovered. Hokkaido gets fully discovered. And more of Japan is discovered, with nearly all of it being discovered. They discovered these islands too. Going up here, this much. Yeah, that's a lot. Anyways, we're going to be actually seeing some exploration now, of expansion. The red team, they're going to start expanding this way, going down. And they're also going to be going up, going along this river. The green team's like, oh hell no. And they're going to start expanding, like, a lot. Eventually they reach this. And then they decide to take everything that is east of this river. Yeah, east. And they also decide to do some more exploration. Eventually exploring all of this. But then we see something bad happen. We're gonna see the red team starts to invade. Now that's very bad. Because that means, oh no, you might not exist after this. Now, is the green team strong? No, they just lost their capital. But they managed to hold out a bit. And they hold out just long enough that they can expand more. I swear this is relevant. They can expand more. I feel like I have the wrong color. I didn't. They expand more just enough so that once they get to this, we see them lose their capital. But once they get to this, the red team, they've made this much of a gain. But they can't go any more east. I mean west. So they just take all of this. And now, the red team's pretty big, being like all of this. And the green team's going to need a new capital. And where are they going to put it? They are going to be putting it as far away as they can from the red team. Anyways, going away from the red team, we're going to be heading over to Korea. Why are we heading over to Korea? Korea's going to be doing some big boy stuff. What big boy stuff? Oh, okay, yeah. They are expanding heavily. Yeah, they take all of Korea. Now, like, rivaling the red team sort of in size. Never mind, they're like a third of the size. These guys are 31.5 thousand, these guys are 13.2 thousand. And the blue team I rounded up. Anyways, Going away from these two, we're going to be heading up to the yellow team. Because they are going to be expanding again. And they're going to be expanding a lot. Expanding to look something like this. Still staying away from the red team, though. They don't want to get near them. They're scared. And honestly, I'd be scared too. They have, like, a lot of modern-day China. Hell, I think they... No, this is still China. Anyways, going up here, we're going to be seeing the purple team do some exploration. I mean, expansion. I cannot English. They take a lot of Sakhalin. No, they take all of Sakhalin. And they begin expanding down. Eventually taking a lot of land. They take all of this. And they begin going along these rivers. And what happens once you get kind of big? You're gonna need to make a few more cities if you want to have, like, not all your population in one area. Because then the outer areas are going to want to rebel away. And what are they going to do? They're going to be making their first city. That isn't their capital. And if I just... boom... we are going to be seeing that they're going to be putting their first city right there. So yeah, they now have their first ever city. Good job, Manchuria. Outer Manchuria. Now I also just need to just do a dot for every other capital. So dot. Bap. Boom. Bing. Boom. Bap. Bam. Bam. And I don't think that there's any other nations. Yep, every nation now has a city. Actually, I should name every layer. I've only named the city layer. Capital... Is it the river layer? Okay, yep, that's the river layer. That's rover. River. That's easy to tell, and everything else. Okay. I now have every layer labeled, so I hopefully won't accidentally go onto the wrong thing. Anyways, going down over to here again, we are going to finally be seeing these guys, like the South Chinese, do something. And that thing is, they are going to be setting up their new area over here. And it's going to be kind of long. Don't you dare quote me on that. Anyways, what are they going to be doing with this area? They're going to be leaving it. Making just 2 new areas. A dark red one in this island. And, you know, they just completely abandon this area and just make it all under one nation. It's going to be a reddish coloured nation. Actually, let me give it... I think this colour's good. Yeah, I like that colour. And to make sure that everything's coloured under it. There we go. We got a new red nation. And these guys are not actually going to be... I said they aren't going to be a dictatorship. These guys are not going to be nomadic. And they're going to be putting their capital right here. Which means that they're going to be putting their capital right... I mean, yeah, I did it. Anyways, now we're going to be heading over to Taiwan. Because we're going to be seeing 3 nations that formed. Those nations are going to be an orangey-red nation up in the north. A more pink nation over here. That's a bit dark and less saturated. So this coloured nation. They're going to be a bit larger, like a decent amount larger. And then we're going to be seeing a coral-coloured nation get formed. I don't think that is a coral nation. If I do shift... Yep, there's no other coral nations. And these guys are going to be putting their capitals... If I can get this, there we go. They're going to be putting it in the north, in the west, and in the south. So, there we go. Anyways, heading over to Japan, we're going to be seeing a new nation get formed, and let's spin the wheel. I'm going to darken that a bit and make it a bit blue, but there we go. A Hokkaido, I'm on the wrong layer. A Hokkaido nation is going to be formed, and they're going to be taking this river, and that's about it. But then they take, like, just the rest of Hokkaido. And they also take a lot of, like, over here. They also take here. So yeah, Hokkaido is a decently sized nation. And where are they going to be putting their capital? They are going to be putting it, if I can click on this layer, there we go. They're going to be putting it right in this, not center, they're going to be putting it right by this river. Why are they going to be putting it right by this river? Because it's a river. Why not have it by a river? Anyways, going away from all of this messy stuff, we're going to be seeing something happen. You guys know the nomads. They're going to start I'm on the wrong layer. They are going to start traveling upwards. But not these nomads. Some people from this, like, dark red pink country, they're going to start going up. They're going to go along. They're going to go up Myanmar, or the Myanmar coast, along Bangladesh. They're going to explore a bit of the coastal areas, and they're going to start going down the Indian coast. They're going to go along this river. They're going to just go north because they don't know where. They find another river, they go along, they're like, crap. They go this way, and they're like, oh yeah. They connect this area up, and then they connect the rest up. And we're going to make this look a bit better. There we go. They They connect up with the Gujarat Peninsula and take all of it. And they go along here. I know this is very complicated, but don't blame me, this is what they're doing. Some people decide to settle in this general area. And they are going to be settling in an area that looks something like... this is good enough. They're going to be settling in this area. And they're going to do a bit of the UAE. And they are going to be They are going to be known as none other than the Lime Team. I'm on the wrong layer. Then the Lime Team. No, not the Age Pro Lime Team. This is the different Lime Team, I swear. Now, what's the Lime Team going to be doing? I'll tell you what they're going to be doing. They're just going to sit here for this. Sorry, I cannot English today. What they are going to be doing is they're just going to be sitting here and just like setting up a government and everything. Because like when you first make a nation, like you need to set up a government, or else it's just going to be like anarchy. So yeah, we now have our next nation. That's actually kind of far away. But they're not the only ones. Over here in India, when everyone was like going along here and up here, some people decided instead of going west, why not go south? So they started going south, discovering all of this along here, discovering all of like central India, going further south, and then just taking like a lot of areas. Like they take this and yeah. They decide to set up a nation. And this nation is going to be none other than, if I can get a good color for it, it's going to be, I'm on the wrong layer again. I cannot do this. You know, I know exactly what color to do. I just need to find like a good like, well, I know exactly what color. I just need to find a good shade. No. You know what? Make this a bit blue and a bit darker. You know what? Yeah, this is good. It's sort of similar to Caucasian my Wixer, but close enough. Bicycle color. An Indian nation gets formed in Western India. Yeah, because Northeast. Yeah, Western India. Sorry, I struggle with my East and my West. I don't struggle with my North and my South, but like, I for some reason struggle with West and East. I don't know why. But we now see an Indian nation get formed, and they are about 3,000 pixels. These guys are still the largest by far. Well, not by far, because like these guys are a couple thousand like below them. These guys are first still, but like they are getting closer. Anyways, India is going to be needing a capital, and they are also going to be needing a city. So they're going to be putting their first ever capital, well, their first ever city, right here. But these guys are actually kind of populated. So they put another city in the south. But hang over to here, these guys are also going to be needing a city. So they put it right in the south, right there. I lied, they're putting it in the center. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be making a capital. They're just making a city. But heading over here, these guys are also going to be needing a city. Because you might be wondering, oh, these guys have been here way longer than the purple team. Like, why haven't they got a city? Yeah, well, they're about to combust. They decide, hey, we should probably put down a city or two. So they put down 3 more cities. Now being the nation with the most cities in the world. The second tied, obviously, being the purple and the Indian team. But, yeah. And then just in last is everyone else. Anyways, a few more things in this video. We're going to be seeing some more exploration by the line team going along this river. They're like, there's nothing here, so they go back down. But they do explore all of this area. And yeah, they know like a decent amount. Over here, they are going to be expanding. No, Annie. Not expanding, exploring. They're going to, with the help of the Indians, are going to start exploring, and yeah. They explore all of this. Like, this whole, like, area of rivers. They, like, discover it all. Like, it's, like, quite surprising that they're able to do this. And, yeah. A lot of India is now discovered. And with that, there's going to be exploration. If I can actually click on the right damn layer. There we go. We see that the Persian nation, or like Pakistan nation. Yeah, because like Iraq's like here. Yeah, Pakistan. I don't know. Let's just say Persia. Persian nation's going to start expanding. They're expanding a decent amount. Now being just over half of these guys, or a decent bit over half. And India is just gonna expand along the coast. Like, what? Oh, I always do this. I always have something selected, and I'm like, why the hell can't I click? Anyways, these guys are gonna go along the coast, and we now have Big India. And they're going to start going along these rivers. Anyways, that's enough India for now. We're going to be seeing one last thing. I know I said one last thing a second ago, I think. But I swear this time it is actually the last thing. We are going to be seeing some people from over here. They're going to be expanding into the U8. Do I even have to say at this point? They begin exploring into Arabia. And once they've explored into a decent amount of Arabia, I'd say this much, they're going to be setting up a nation. They're going to be setting up a dark blue. I'm on the wrong layer again. I feel like I should make, like, things that I say. I'm on the wrong layer. Expanding instead of exploration. Like, there's like 20 billion things I do. Anyways, they're going to be making a dark blue nation. Oh, did I say they're going to be making a nation? No. There's going to be a colony of the Lion team. But I'm not lying. time. There's going to be a dark blue team. It's just going to be down here. So, yeah, we now have a dark blue nation over here. And these guys are going to be having a very small capital. Still a capital, but like... You know, I have an idea. I'm going to make a city layer. And then I'm also going to make a smaller settlements layer. And the smaller settlements can be 3 pixels instead of 2. I mean, instead of 5. And these guys are going to be having their capital in the smaller settlement. So we now have our Wixo rapid fire map looking like this. It's pretty big if I do say so. And it's also a bit, like, complicated. Also, I'm doing this for the fun though. We have a red team over here, a blue team over here, bunch of Japanese nations, a large purple nation. Going down here, we have 5 nations. I'm actually going to slightly change these guys' color just because, like, they blend in a lot with... the Chinese nation, so I'm just going to... There we go, that looks a bit better. Make this a bit darker, and there we go. We got 5 nations, like 4 nations down here. Wait, yeah, 5. And then we have, like, 3 nations that are, like, just separated from everywhere else. And... yeah, this is actually where I'm going to end today's video, because I'd say I've done a decent chunk. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, blah blah blah, all that crap. I'm trying to get 300, blah blah, goodbye.